All right, today we're going to talk about what might just be the most ambitious construction project in history. We're talking about a 7-day sprint that took the universe from, well, basically nothing to a fully furnished living world.
Okay, so let's set the scene. The starting point isn't just an empty space. It's described as without form and void. So try to imagine a canvas that isn't just blank, but one that doesn't even have dimensions yet. That's the state of things when we begin.
And this is a really great way to think about it. We're not just talking about a creator here, but a divine architect, someone with a master plan, ready to build something beautiful and structured out of, absolute chaos.
So you've got this formless void as your starting point. The first part of the project is all about establishing the fundamentals. It's kind of like before you build a house, you've got to clear the land and get the power running. We're about to see that happen, but on a cosmic scale. The very first act is actually incredibly simple, but also profound. It's all about bringing light into the darkness. So the architect's first move is basically to flip the main breaker for the entire universe.
What's so amazing here is just how immediate it is. There's no process, no wiring, just a command, and bam, instant result. And just like that, with that single act, the concepts of day and night are born. It creates the very first rhythm of time.
Okay, so the lights are on. Now the architect can get to work laying the structural groundwork. This is the phase where the physical shape of our world really starts to take form out of all that initial chaos.
So before day 2, the universe was, for all intents and purposes, one giant puddle. So what's the solution? Well, the architect installs a firmament. You can think of it like a massive dome, what we'd now call the sky or the atmosphere. And this structure separates the water down below from the moisture up above, creating a stable, breathable space right in between. The groundwork just keeps going. The waters are gathered together into seas, and that allows dry land to finally show up. But, a bare plot of land isn't going to cut it. The architect immediately gets to landscaping, filling the earth with every single kind of plant you can imagine. And this just perfectly illustrates that next step. See, the world isn't just structured anymore. Now it's vibrant and it's self-sustaining. The foundation is laid, the power's on, and the landscaping is done. The stage is officially set.
So the world is built, it's beautifully landscaped, but a house isn't really a home until someone lives in it, right? The project now shifts gears from just creating this space to filling that space with movement, with systems, and of course, with life. You've got all these plants, but how do they know when to grow? Well, this next step has a really clear practical purpose, installing lights up in the heavens to act as cosmic timekeepers for seasons, days, and years. So here's the breakdown. The project needs 2 main light sources, and they have very different jobs. The greater light, the sun, gets assigned to manage the daytime, and the lesser light, the moon, well, it gets the night shift. It's a perfectly balanced system. And then you get this line. Our source calls it a delightful understatement, and it really, really is. Billions and billions of galaxies, all summed up in just 5 words. It's this moment of incredible, almost casual, creative power. Just, wow. And now the world just explodes with life. The seas and the skies are filled up with creatures of all kinds, from the biggest whales down to the tiniest fish, from majestic eagles to every other kind of bird. The world isn't just a place anymore. It's a living, breathing ecosystem. So this brings us to the final day of construction. The environment is built, all the systems are running, and the lower floors are populated. Now it's time for the main event, the masterpiece of the whole project. The rollout on day 6 happens in a few stages, each one getting more important. First up, the land animals, the cattle and the wild beasts. Then all the smaller creatures that creep along the ground. And finally, the absolute pinnacle of the project, the one who's going to oversee it all. And this is where the project takes a really significant turn. See, humanity isn't just another creature on the to-do list. The text is very clear, in our image. This isn't just another creation. This is meant to be a counterpart to the creator, designed with a very special purpose. And that purpose is dominion. Now, it's really important to see this not as total power, but as stewardship. Humanity is basically appointed as the manager of this incredible estate, tasked with overseeing the beautiful world that has just been built. The 6 days of work are done. The project is complete. So now we move from the act of creation itself to the act of completion and, well, reflection. This is like the final inspection.
The architect steps back, looks over every single detail of the project, from the light to the land, from the whales to humanity, and gives it the ultimate sign-off. Very good.
And so, we get to day 7. The work is officially finished, the punch list is clear, the entire cosmic project is complete. And this is a really key point. The rest on the 7th day wasn't because the architect was tired or needed a break. It was a deliberate pause, a moment set aside to recognize that the creation was flawless. The work was done because it was perfect.
Which, leaves us with a final thought to chew on. If a project is truly, completely perfect, what's the value in stepping away from it? Is rest really about recovering from work, or is it maybe about appreciating what's been accomplished? Definitely something to think about.